Cowboy fans, and today is the draft. Now, I'm very excited. I love the NFL draft. It's a great way to build a team and get what you need. Now I'm not a big fan of drafting for need. You got to get that best player available. Best player available means, that you're not fixated on one position. You're not fixated on one player. So that would be terrific for the Cowboys. I've been on Twitter a little bit today. I've been on Twitter a little bit yesterday. And right now I'm seeing LVE, the linebacker from Boise State. I think it's like Leighton Vander Esch or something. Because he's not somebody that I've seen the Cowboys mock to a lot, but it's been happening closer and closer as we begin into the draft, especially this week. I'm not a fan of the player, especially at 19. I think that's a little bit of a reach. This will be interesting to see what they do. It depends on how everything falls. Right now, I've heard a lot or seen a lot of Baker Mayfield going number 1, which is a shock to me because I think Sam Darnold is the best quarterback in this class, and Josh Rosen is a close second. So settling for the third best quarterback might be a little bit of some craziness, especially considering that you could probably get him at 4 for the Browns. So that'll be interesting. Now, depending on what happens with everything in front of the Cowboys, where players like Roquan Smith go, where a player like Darwin James goes. I read a report that said that he's not getting past 7, which is at Tampa Bay. Which for Tampa Bay, that's a good pick for them, especially considering how much they need secondary help. Now, Roquan Smith, I can see him going number 9, number 6 to the Colts, number 9 to San Francisco, especially with all the issues with Reuben Foster. Number 10 to the Raiders. That's somebody that I'd rather the Cowboys go after if they're going to get a linebacker. When you can wait on a linebacker probably later on. The gap between Roquan Smith and the guy from Boise State is huge. And taking him at 19, I think he's more of a late first rounder, like 27 back. And instead of 19, I feel like at 19, you're not getting the best player available. Now, another name to look at here is Vaitai Vea. He would be a tremendous upgrade among, not an upgrade at the defensive line, because this defensive line is very, very talented and very solid and has a lot of depth. Considering that they had to move Malik Collins to the 1 tech. Malik Collins is more of a true 3 tech, and using David Irving as even an end and the 3 tech is huge. But if you can get Vaitai Vea, you make the linebackers better, you make the defensive line better, and you make your run defense better. Because who you're gonna double? You're gonna double DeMarcus Lawrence. You're gonna double David Irving. You're gonna double Vaitai Vea. You're gonna double even Malik, who was disruptive as a rookie as a 3 tech. So that's something to look at. If he starts falling, I would, if he's there at 14, 15, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm making phone calls, because that's a guy that you need to have on your team. I don't think the asking price would be a first and a second. I think you can maybe get away with getting rid of just your, maybe one of your 4s, maybe your 3rd, to move up a couple spots. But if he's there at 14, 15, you got to make that move and improve and get guys out of the face of Sean Lee, get guys out of the face of Jalen Smith, because those 2 guys are great when they're in space. They don't, and then imagine them not even having to take on blockers. It would be a huge upgrade for that defense. Another name to look at here is DJ Moore. I'm a big fan of DJ Moore's game. I like what I've seen in terms of highlights, at least. I don't watch any film. I just YouTube highlights, type of things like that. So I don't see the good and the bad. But what I've seen from him is very good, especially considering that I think he's only 21, 22, somewhere around there. And the receiving corps is definitely a need in terms of the draft, with Allen Hurns and Terrence Williams coming in as your number 1 and number 2 receiver. You get in DJ Moore, he automatically goes up to the number 1 receiver, and it makes your offense a little bit more dynamic in what you can do with him. So that's a name to look at. Even Calvin Ridley. I'm not a fan of Calvin Ridley at 19, especially considering his age. And you're probably going to get 5, maybe 6 good years out of him, I would say, considering that he's already 24. He'll be 29, 30 by the time his rookie contract is up. So that's something to look at here. In terms of DBs, the only DB the Cowboys should be looking at is probably Darwin James. I don't think that there's no corner need, obviously, with them moving Byron to corner. And you have Cheeto and Jordan Lewis there on the outside and the inside. And you still have Anthony Brown, So Anthony Brown being demoted to the nickel dime package is great, I think, in my opinion. And I like the rotation of Kayvon Frazier, Jeff Heath, and Xavier Woods taking up the 2 safety spots. The only thing that I could see happening is them trading pick number 50 for Earl Thomas. As long as we don't have to give up our 2nd and our 3rd rounder, because you need the 3rd rounder to fill another gap. One last name to think about is Courtland Sutton here, receiver out of SMU. To me, he's a Des Bryant clone, so getting him at 19 I feel like is a little bit of a reach. However, getting him at 50, if you still have your second round pick, would be great for me. If he's even there, I would consider moving up if he's even there in the 40s. So that would be that'd be pretty good if you ask me. But in terms of what happens tonight, I think there's going to be a lot of trades tonight. I think we'll see 5, maybe 6 trades. Maybe you could probably see maybe 10 trades tonight. Trade down, trade ups, things like that. A team to look at here is the New England Patriots. They have 2 first-rounders. If Josh Rosen is falling, watch out for them. If Josh Rosen falls out of the top 10, I don't know if he does, but it's entirely possible. Knowing that the Patriots have 2 first-rounders, they're a type of team that normally trades down with those picks. But if they're going to start looking at a quarterback for the future, and Josh Rosen could be that guy for them, especially with a year under Tom Brady, learning-wise. That's pretty much it in terms of what I think will happen. I think there's going to be a lot of trades. I think the Broncos might trade down. I think the Browns could trade down from 4 if they already drafted Baker Mayfield, I believe. So it's possible that they trade down, looking for more picks, especially getting another first-rounder at 4, to a team that is quarterback needy. So there is that possibility there, especially if Darnold is on the board, Josh Allen's still on the board, even if Rosen might be on the board. I don't know what the Giants are going to do at 2. I've heard a lot of Saquon, but they could use their heir apparent to Eli eventually, because I think Eli maybe has 1 or 2 more years left of elite. I'll never consider Eli elite, but very high-level play from Eli. So there's a lot of variables of what can happen tonight. I think the Colts might even trade down from 6 and collect more picks to build their roster. So that roster needs a lot of work. I think the Niners could hit on if the Niners hit on this draft, we'll be talking about them possibly building something for sustainable success in terms of that NFC West, competing with the Rams for the next couple of years. Who knows what's going to happen with Earl Thomas to the Cowboys? I think that's a possibility. Just depends on what the Seahawks are asking for. But we'll see. I love the draft. And this is like one of the most wonderful times of the year. So thanks for watching. I'm out, Cowboys fans. Peace.